Hi guys, it's your girl Chika and you are welcome to my channel. How are you all doing? Hope you are doing great. So guys, in this video I am going to teach you how to cut this beautiful wrap gown you see here. So it's very simple to make. You can make it under 30 minutes, you can make it under 1 hour depending on how fast you are. So guys, this gown has been trending for the past, let me say, 1 month now. I've been seeing it on Pinterest and it's so beautiful. So guys, I am going to teach you how to cut and sew this gown. But before then, if this is your first time of tuning in, please do well to like, share and comment on my videos, and also subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram, share my videos to the world. Thank you so much. God bless you. So to start with, I folded my material into two places. I used my hip circumference divided by 4 plus 1.5 inch seam allowance to fold the material. In case you've been wondering how I fold my material, I use the biggest part of my body to fold it. So next, I divide my shoulder circumference into 2 places plus 1/2 inch seam allowance. Mine is 16 divided by 2 is 8 plus 1/2 inch, making it 8.5. Then I'm going to go down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Then I'm going to go in by 3 inches for the neck width, sorry. Then I'll connect it from the shoulder slope like so. Then once I'm done, I'm going to come down by 1 inches for the back neck depth. Remember, we are cutting for the back first. We are making a wrap gown, so we are cutting the back first because we are going to use the back to cut the front. So I'm going to go down by 8 inches for my armhole depth, that is my armhole point. Then 10 inches for my bust point, my armhole point, my bust point at 10 inches, my waist at 16 inches, then my hip at 24 inches. So we've already marked the full length. The full length of my gown is 41 inches. So this is what I am doing. So the next thing I'm going to do is to make sure that my shoulder point to my armhole point is 8.5 inches. So I am going to be adding my measurement now. I'm going to add my bust circumference divided by 4, and I'm going to do the same on the bust. The same thing I did on the chest, I will do it on the bust. And my waist circumference divided by 4 plus 1.5 inch. Okay, I did 1.5 inch, sorry. And my hip plus 1.5 inch. Then I used my hip circumference to divide what I got on my hip. I used it on the full length. Then I'll connect it. It's just cutting out your basic bodies. If you know how to cut your basic bodies, you can do this. It's as simple as that. I'm just explaining this because of the beginners. So once I'm done, I'm going to start cutting it out. So once I'm done cutting it out, I folded the material again and I gave a 5 inches space, that is 5 inches allowance for this, because we are going to have a gap at the front of the overwrap gown. That is why we cut the back first, because we are going to use the back to make the front. So after making sure I have enough space for the back piece and the 5 inch the 4 inches, sorry, yeah, the 5 inches allowance before cutting out, before placing the back piece, so I have to place the back piece like so on top of the material that is yet to be cut out. Then I extended my waist measurement out like this so I extended it to the 5 inches allowance I've marked. Then I made sure that I marked my neck width, that is I marked my neck width. Then I used my ruler to connect from my neck width to the waist point in a V shape. So if you don't have this ruler, you can use your hand to make it straight to the neck width. So once we're done, we are going to be cutting it out like so. So once I'm done with that, I am going to divide the down part of the front piece like so. I'm going to divide it into two. I got 13.5 and I divided 13.5 into 2, and what I got, I'm going to connect it to the waist point like so. So I am going to cut it out right now. So as you can see, this is how it's done for the wrap gown. So I am going to unfold everything so you can see how it looks like. So this is the back piece, and I'll fold the front piece, the two front pieces together. This is one side of the wrap, and this is the one that will be closing the other side, and this is how it looks like. So I'm going to be opening a little bit. I think it's too closed. I'm just add a little. I'll just cut it out a bit because I think it's too close. So I will not be adding any ruffles at the down area. So that is it. If you'd like, you can go in by 3 inches, 4 inches, depending on the how many yards of material you have. Like mine, I am using 3 yards of material, so I have enough material to play with. So I'm going to place it back now. I think this time around is going to be open a bit, and yeah, it's opened. So this is okay for now. So the next thing we are going to do is to cut out our sleeve. So I folded the sleeve into 2 places, my material into 2 places, and I made a straight line. Then I'm going to go in by 4 inches, and I'll come down by 4 inches. Then I will mark my sleeve length. I use 24 as my sleeve length, but it's still going to have a flay, so I'm going to go for 20 or 21. So why I mark this 24 is because I'm still considering if the flay is going to be possible. So that is it. So I'm going to connect it to the 4 inches like this, and that is my armhole divide by 2. That is my armhole circumference divided by 2. That is what I'm trying to check. It's just your basic body sleeve. Then the upper arm of my sleeve divide by 2, and then the waist divide by 2, and I'll connect it like so. So guys, why I marked a full sleeve length is because I'm still considering if I'm going to stay at the flay at the down part, or I will just have just a straight cut sleeve. So if you want to add a flay like I did at the end of the video, you will cut at 20 or 21 inches, depending on if you want the sleeve to cover your hands a bit. So I'll use this one to cut out the other side of the sleeve. So I'm still check. I want to fold the material in another place, but I want to check if the designs are still going to look alike. This is the most important thing you need to be checking when you are folding your material. So I'm checking out the designs, and yeah, the designs are still alike. Even if you fold it upside down, the designs will still match together. So guys, it's time to cut the fillet part, and this is how I am folding the material in 4. Then I'll fold like this. Remember, the material is very slippery, so I am using my MP to hold it so it doesn't slip off. So I'm checking my wrist divide by 4, and that is what I'm checking here. Then I'm going to mark 6 inches for the length of the fillet. It was so hard cutting it out because the material itself is very thick. Yeah, this is how I cut my sleeve fillet. Okay, we're done here. I'm going to cut it out here, and that is it. I'm going to fold it here, and this is how it looks like when unfolded, and this is how it's going to look like. So guys, yeah, so guys, this is how it is going to look like after I'm done sewing them together. So here I am done joining the shoulders together, the 2 shoulders together. This is how it looks like. So I joined the front and the back piece, and I'm going to fold in this size, and I'll fold in and stop at the waist and add the sleeve. This is how I am going to add the sleeve. I'll give a notch at the center of the sleeve, then I will attach it to my shoulder, and also side by side, fold in, then add the fillet part. If I decide at the end, then I will make adjustment on the sleeve and I'll add the fillet. So guys, this is what I did so far. I hemmed the neckline to the waist, all the way to the waist, and I joined the sleeve and the other side of the sleeve as well. Then I hemmed the sides by 1 inch. I sew in the sides by 1 inch, the sleeve 1 inch all the way down to the side by 1 inch, and I did the same on the other side. I hemmed the sleeve and I joined 1 inch all the way to the down, as you can see. Yeah, so guys, the next thing I'm going to do, I measured out a rope of 50 inches in length and 1.2 yards in the width. Then I folded it in, and here is the result. So watch how I'm going to place it on the gown. So on the waist point, I am going to attach the rope on the waist point. Once I'm done hemming them, first of all you hem the waist all the way to the down before attaching the rope, but I want to do everything once. That is why I'm showing you how I am going to do it off camera. So I will attach it like this, and it will go all the way down. Then I will open one side of that is the waist point. To make sure it's your waist point, you are going to mark your waist point as 16 inches. Then yeah, I measured it exactly. My waist point 16 inches. I'm going to open it. After opening it, I'm going to sew it in. I'm going to sew it, adjust it so that it won't tear from there. So after opening it, I'm going to sew it here, sew it in here. I'm going to use my pin to hold it, the place I'm going to sew. Yeah, like so. Then I will attach my rope through there, and I will attach my rope on the other side. As you can see, the beauty has come out. So I'll attach my rope like this on this side as well, and I will sew it like so, and it will take us around the gown, like you see, very beautiful, very beautiful. So let's go and do the work, and I will be right back. Then on the sleeve parts, I am going to attach the flay on the sleeve part, and guys, you can't wait to see the end of the result.